Ladies and gents, boys and girls, I figured this would be a neat opportunity. I've watched a ton of videos on K-trucks, and the dudes walk around it and point at it. There's probably some where people drive them, but honestly, they've got to be hard to find because I don't see them. So I just wanted to drive it and show you what it's like. So this is a 94 Honda Acty with the 660 and the 5-speed and the permanent all-wheel drive. I was able to pull the front drive shaft out, so it's rear-wheel drive, put it on my dyno. It has approximately 63,000 kilometers, and that's like close to 40,000 miles. And it's a 30-year-old Japanese car. And I figure we just take it for a drive, and I call out speeds, and we laugh about it. So what I should explain is the gearing is incredibly low because you have to be able to use that 30 horsepower. So that's first. That's 10 miles an hour. That's 25 second. That's 37 in third. And then in fourth, you can't really be doing much of hill climbing in fourth and fifth. The difference between third and fourth is pretty large. Yeah, please don't pull out in front of me with that. I hope the audio is okay. I have like wind reduction on, but last time I recorded like this, I was yelling the whole time. So I'm going to try to not do that. Since the gearing is so low, like that's in fourth, I lifted and I'm already down to like 28, 26. Then you throw third and that's much steeper. So it's already down to 15. Let me show you how, like, first gear out of this intersection. Fourth, fifth. So that's 35 and fifth. And people are asking always how stable they are. It's kind of windy today, and you can just let it go. We're going 42, 43, 45. Yeah, it's not bad. This road has a curve in it too, and it's not like driving a plastic trash bag. Obviously, if it's windy, it's 1,500 pounds and it's a cube, so it blows you around. But I have a Kia Soul, and it pushes that around about the same also. But yeah, this is 50 with the windows down, and all I got to do is, this road is not a very straight road. It's always going left and right, but that we're going 50, it's not crazy. It's totally fine. It really loves going about 45. It does it so calmly. Again, since the gearing is so short, you're swinging this thing pretty hard. It can go. I've gone 71, but I don't. It's not comfortable doing that, and I don't want to do that to it. You can go 65. I drove it 2 hours home at 65 miles an hour most of the way, and it wasn't bad. It didn't disagree with that. Obviously, I live in northeast Pennsylvania, like right on the edge of the Appalachian Mountains, and it's pretty hilly. So I tell people it's like an S2000. It's a momentum car. Just making fun of S2000s. So I'm like half throttle, and we're hitting a hill, like a very slight hill, and I can maintain 47. And now through here it's slow, because this is like two farms connecting around these right angle turns, and you don't want to blindside, buddy. Yeah, here's an intersection with a house at the edge, so yeah, you don't want to be smashing people while your feet are in the headlights. But that's in fourth. I'm like half throttle now, 50, 52 up this little hill. It's a 45 mile an hour road on most of the roads here, so I'm already going faster than posted. Here, this is an incline. I'm in fourth, 50 52 and I'm like 3/4 throttle. I feel like once you're over half throttle, you're not really getting more out of this thing. It's one of those guys. What are they picking up here? What are they doing? I'm gonna have to see how fast it slows down. Like you hit third and it instantly goes to 20 miles an hour. Oh, they're putting the reflecty guys up. Can I go through? Am I good? No, they don't want it. They're scared of this thing. I would be too. It's a absolute unit. They're just used to people blowing by them at 70 miles an hour. Poor dudes. So yeah, like it's not as bad as people say. Unless you live somewhere where you want to go 75, it's dumb to own something like this where you want to go fast as hell all the time. And obviously, like, it's not an acceleration monster, but here, this is like second at 10 miles an hour, half throttle in third, 30, 37 into fourth, blah. If you want to go, if you gotta get out of people's way, you gotta wind out third pretty far, because when you hit fourth, it's gonna die. So there's a large RPM drop. So if you wanted to keep scooting in fourth, you gotta really, 1, 2, 3 are pretty short, fourth and fifth are large. It's like a 5-speed Evo, except it goes, you know, 45 miles an hour in third gear. But this has no power steering or anything. It does have a brake booster. The brakes aren't fantastic, but they're not bad. Obviously, when I go from this thing to one of my other cars, I'm like, well, I have a Lamborghini and I have 18-inch brake rotors that are carbon ceramic. You know, my Kia feels like a rocket ship. And I have a Telluride, and that thing feels like it could do interstellar space travel. So that's always a nice thing I've enjoyed about having like a slower car and fast cars, is when you have a fast car for a long time, it starts to feel like it's not that fast. So it's nice to drive something like this. It gives you an incredible contrast. The other thing is that it's kind of small, and it looks like it's slow because it is also. So it's disarming for regular traffic. No one really gets upset with you. They're not like, what the hell, and they're not tailgating you and whatnot. And if I am stuck going like under speed limit, I pull over, stop, or wave people past me when I can. I'm like, please go. And also they're happy about that. But yeah, I don't want to be holding anybody up. But this is fourth, again, up like inclines and hills and little whoops. And it's maintaining speed. Now that we flattened out, it's going from 38 to, you know, 43 here. But it's glaringly obvious that it's not, you know, something crazy, but it's really fun to drive around in town. So maybe what I'll do is go into downtown Nazareth and shoot around the small roads, see how it goes, and then I'll drive the Mustang next. And then, unfortunately, fortunately, I don't like to do it to you guys, but people have sent me a lot of cool things, and I'd like to make videos showing off their stuff. Obviously, I like it, and I want to show you guys it. So I'd like to make a bunch of videos, but I don't want to swarm you with them. So I'll try to put stuff in between, like this. I noticed there's just no videos of people driving these around. So we've been doing like 40 the whole time in a 40-mile-an-hour zone. So like I said, where I live, it really works out for this truck. It goes 45 easy, and most of the roads are 35 to 45. There's some heavy hills also that but they have 2 lanes. So people can easily get around you if they want to. And again, I'm not a retard, I'm not a dickhead. I let people go past me. I'm not expecting to own the road with this little thing. Got a radio. I changed the radio and the speakers. did the shifter bushing. I replaced all the shifter bushings. I bought a kit from, I think it's Wilfred Performance or something like that. I can link it if you guys want. Big difference. It was very, see this? There's like nothing in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I think so. But it doesn't move. It had like the serious Volkswagen wobble. Driving right-hand drive wasn't a huge difference for me. The funniest thing is the wiper signals are swapped. So you normally are signaling with your left hand, so you can use the shifter with your right. Well, this is swapped. So the shifter is on the left, so the turn signals are on your right. So when you're going back and forth between the cars, you're like, I'm going to make a left. And you turn on your wipers continually for a while. And once you get back in your other car, you are turning on the wipers again because you're used to flicking the right stalk. So that's just a funny, quirky thing. I don't really have an issue. It doesn't bother me at all to drive stick on this side of the car. I don't know if it's because I've driven a lot of things like equipment and tractors and who the hell knows, right? All sorts of things. So this was not a big adjustment for me at all. It is fun to drive around in small areas because obviously it's tiny. Out of the side view mirrors, you can see behind you. You don't even need a rear view. Let's go first gear again, right? Wah. Second. Wah. Third. Wah. Sounds like a mufflered up Triumph. Oh yeah, they're spraying the barn down. Spray that barn. Oh, it smells good. It smells like clean chemicals and mold. So, we'll go down another one of these nice roads. I don't know how long this should be. I'm going 50, and I think we're in a 45. It's definitely not a 50 zone. But yeah, again, I'm going 50, and it's windy, and I have my windows down. The road's going slightly left, and now I just hit like a swale. But yeah, it's... people think you're driving a kite. It's not. It's nowhere near that bad. And yeah, it's a 30-year-old minimalist economy vehicle meant for small parts of Japan, where they have to adhere to under 660 cc's this year, and the outside dimensions all have to be this size. So all the manufacturers have really different engine up front, transmission in the middle, engine in the back, transmission attached to it. So they all have different amounts of interior room and seating position, and some have no dash, there's no things, like it's just very close to the firewall. Some of them have different amounts of leg room. If your legs are much longer than mine, you're just going to be hitting the stalks. Or if you like try to spread them out, you're going to hit the door on this side, and you're going to cover fifth gear on this side. But other than that, honestly, it rides really good. Like it'll take some bumps and train tracks way better than you think. Part of that, I'm sure, is because it's so light, it'll just dance over things. And the other cool thing is this is all-wheel drive, so I can drive it in my backyard with some serious inclines, declines in the wet, and it won't spin the tires or get stuck on a hill. And my Kia Soul absolutely will. The front-wheel drive system in those things is, in the snow and stuff, is not great at all. I don't know what it is, but that's like the only downside. But this thing will creep up stuff like that. First gear is so short. I also have a 12-inch light bar mounted to the back of my, like a headache bar or whatever, back rack, the factory metal rack on the rear window. So if people are annoying behind me, which no one ever has been yet, I can strobe them with that. One thing I noticed is I drift left because I'm used to driving on the left, and I think I'm really far. I think, you know, your brain thinks you're over too far, so you're trying to move over. But luckily this thing is like half the size of a lane. But yeah, if you drive on the white stripe over here, you could easily just drive with a motorcycle and be nowhere near each other. Oh, septic truck, that smells good. All right, turn in here. We'll go into downtown-ish. Oh no, a narrow bridge and a guy with a trailer. That's 3rd, 35, and we're on a hill. 36, 37, 38. Yeah, it'll get there, but one thing I'm impressed with is the rigidity. Like when you let the clutch out, this thing's like bang. So it has a pretty good, there's no like subframe wobble and control arm stuff going on. That's what I noticed is pretty cool about it also. Like when you 1-2 real quick in an intersection, this thing will thud. What also is pretty cool is you can basically drop the clutch in first gear and it'll just pull out. It's so short. You can easily pull out in second up a hill, and you could probably pull out on a straight with a little bit of slipping in third. So it's meant to work, and it's meant to have a lot of weight in the bed. So they geared it down like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can actually move. And then 4th and 5th are obviously for cruising on flats, where you don't need to use really any power to keep going. Little baby raccoon. I mean, we have a giant raccoon population out here, and you see them in the road all the time. It's sad, but on the backhand of that, there must be a lot of them to be constantly run over. So I'm happy there's a lot of them. I'm not happy to see little guys smushed. They could just come over and I give them marshmallows. All right, we're doing 43 and a 35. We'll lift. Like I said, once you get into these smaller towns in Nazareth, I live up in Clearfield, above Nazareth. So I threw 3rd, and I'm just 24, 22. You know, I have to hit the throttle to maintain low 20s. We'll put it in 4th and just scoot down here and get back into the low 30s. No one's behind us. Yeah, this is a 15-mile-an-hour intersection and turn up here. Still move over even though this is small. I don't want to take someone's door off. People are increasingly more lacking self-awareness. That's a nice way to say it. So yeah, like total stop, 2nd gear, 3rd, 4th. Oh boy, they're repaving sections out here and it's awful. They're getting there though. They do better than most of the places around here. You can't be mad at them. It's 25. I'm going 24 and 4th, and I can speed up and slow down. There's a little bumpy here. I'm gonna put one tire over. Kids love this thing. That kid was freaking out, pointing. They're like, why is a man driving a truck the size of me out there, Daddy? All right, we'll do 1st from here. We'll go left, and we'll go to the circle in the middle of Nazi. There's Hannah Sushi right there. Pretty popular place. Cable clutch. I'm going to pump up my hydraulic, non-existent. 2nd, 3rd. I'm bombing it too. 4th. You can hear that duh. It really just doesn't care about the first 3, like I said. Alright, we're gonna stop again because we have to. No. But yeah, you can see like in town, it's really, really nice. 15, 17. So in 3rd, you can go from here, like let's slow down to 13 miles an hour and make sure we don't hit these people at the post office. So that's 13 miles an hour, and I'm rolling into it up a decent hill, and I'm like quarter throttle, and I'm already at 30. I'm over the speed limit again. But yeah, it'll go from 10, on a flat road, it'll go from 10 mile an hour to like 45 comfortably. You're swinging it, but you're not really, you're not swinging 7,500. And it'll go from 10 to 50 in third. It's like most cars' first or second gear, right? So here's a, yeah, they got a lot tore up out here, but they're doing a good job. There's first, second, third, fourth. And what's cool is it just cruises. Again, people don't get mad at you if you're not being an idiot, I guess. There's really honestly no way to be an idiot other than block traffic or hit people. Because you can't swerve around things. You can't drive past people. You can't drive in anger nearly at all. And it's fun, and people think it's funny. So, you know, that situation basically never, construction guys love this thing too. They act like they don't. Alright, I was here last, children. Gotta love four-ways. Really exposing the intelligence of the people in your area. These guys are cool. It's school hours right now, but there's kids. There's a skate park here at Nazareth Park, and they skate and they love this. I honk at them and wave and they yell, and it's because they hate me, not because they like me. But anyway, this is a 35 mile an hour zone. I'm going uphill. I'm going 37 and fourth very comfortably, not on the throttle much at all. So you can see at low speed, it's not an issue at all. Up here, the hill goes up again, and then it goes up again, and it slows me down. Sometimes I have to hit third, but there's a crappy Y intersection up there where you shouldn't be going very fast. That's why the speed is so low, because people's houses, if you guys aren't familiar, like a lot of places in Pennsylvania were just farm roads and people's houses are right there. So you have to pull out around someone's brick wall to get to this road. And if someone's doing 50, so I'm in fourth and we're hitting that section, and I'm slowing down pretty quick. So I gotta hit third, which feels like you're killing it, because again, the difference between third and fourth is awful. And then here's the intersection where people pull out in front of you because they don't look, and also it's a bad intersection. This is one of the better visibility intersections where people will still pull out in front of you. So those guys were dropping flags on the center line. They just paved and painted this. I'm doing 41 and a 40, like idle in fifth. And then it's downhill again, but you can, hold on, watch this. I'm doing 45 and I lifted in fifth. The compression braking is so good because the gearing is so low. I'm already going 44, 43, 42. It's slowing down 41. It's slowing down quite a bit, even downhill. It reminds me of like a Tesla. If you have the, on a Tesla, you can have it set up that when you're off the throttle, it'll just come to a stop and you can change. I'm going 38, but we're flattening out. It's a 45, no one's behind me. So I'll just roll into it a little, and we're doing 45 again. And again, the houses are tight. There's lots of trees. It's hilly ass Pennsylvania. It's beautiful out here now. It's coming into fall. All these trees are going to look like a Bob Ross fall painting soon. Again, this is that another bad intersection. I'm going back down the road we came up in. So again, this guy's driving his equipment between his farm and stuff. Another rare, pretty bad intersection. They're all bad intersections. They're all bad. Oh, this is a nice bump. And down here. Oh yeah. They can't pave the bridge and the road straight. They just paved again and missed the mark. It is what it is. So yeah, this is a 45, and it slowly goes all the way uphill to a fairly steep again. So I'm doing 45. 46, I'm 47, I'm gaining some speed, but as we progress up this hill, I'm at 45 again, and again, in my opinion, like, and once you're at 3/4 throttle, this thing isn't helping you. So I'm almost getting to wide open, and I'm slowing down. I can feel it. So we're gonna hit 4th, and that's gonna give me a little bit of juice. I can get back up to, I'm going 45, 46, 47, 48. I'll hit 5th because it levels out. There's a dip and a rise. I sound like a rally co-pilot. 45 still. A little bit of a downhill, but you can't, I'm not going to gain a bunch of speed. There's an intersection at the top of a hill here again. But yeah, this is how it goes. Welcome to Bushkill. And then there's a school down here that people drive 55 during school time through. There are douchebags everywhere, right? So it says 15 during school times. We're not at a school time, but I still don't think it's awesome to blast a school zone. Never have. Way to make people angry about your vehicle hobby. Yeah, these guys are still setting out reflectors. Challenge them to a dig race and watch them mop me up. I'll 60-foot them. So uphill, in 3rd at the end of the 4-way. Again, 13 miles an hour, 24. Yeah, these guys, we're gonna. But I'm in 4th and we're going 25, and it's honestly not bad. Unless you're someone that's like, I have to speed and I have to have a Corvette with a fake cam lope and let it idle at the gas station, and yeah, I don't know. I agree with like Marty on Mighty Car Mods, where, you know, it's a nugget and it's fun because it's slow. Everyone's like, when are you guys swap it? And I'm like, I honestly don't want to do that. I have 18 cars, I think. I have to count them again. Sold and bought some. I mean, this thing again. 18, oh, a moth just hit my wipers. Oh no, little guy. You're done. He's still in there. But yeah, visibility is amazing. You can see, if I lean, I can see the right side of the road from the left mirror. And obviously, like, your butt is sitting on top of the tire. Your legs are in the headlight. Yeah, it's incredibly easy to drive and park, obviously. It's 4-wheel drive. It has such low gearing that you can, like I said, like, it's pretty amazing. It's like a John Deere Gator that's cheaper and street legal and has a much larger bed. Yeah, I just don't see, they won't sell them here because no one will buy $100,000 base model trucks. Just like Ford will not bring the Barra here because no one will ever buy a Mustang ever again. But yeah, imagine, like, here's like an air gas style truck. It's basically that bitch right there. Excuse me, kids, I'm sorry. It's basically that guy right there, just whoop, quarter size. I want to pick up stone at Blue Mountain sometime, but yeah, this will end out our cruise. We'll see how long this was, and I might just post it up because for some reason people say they like to hear me talk. But I watched a bunch of videos and everyone's like, here's my K truck, and they just stand next to it and talk about it. And I didn't find that very informational. There's a dump truck going way faster than me. Didn't blow me all over. Nope, no big deal. Yep, so I'll see you guys later. Hope you like it.